know who this is. This is not my friend Jake. He was,
I feel pregnant now.
he was adopted by aliens. Not adopted, he was impregnated by aliens.
They said challenges would get me pregnant. I disagree. This is how it feels.
We just got out of watching Alien Romulus.
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 Mm-hmm.
We are in Times Square now. I'm not gonna turn this camera around because this is my brand new camera and I'm still learning how to figure this out. Jake,
Yes.
just FYI, we're gonna spoil this movie because I cannot discuss this movie without spoiling it. So just a warning, we're about to spoil everything.
Yeah, it's hard not to spoil.
I know it's really hard to like talk about it without spoiling it and just like.
But I will say, if I could just jump in for a second, something that's like not so spoiler heavy is that the technical aspects of this film are amazing. Like the visual effects, you feel like you can touch everything. The makeup is very visceral. I would say even the lighting and the shadows, like you really get a sense of depth.
Sorry for the background noise. We are in a cafe because we came to Times Square to watch this movie, and this was the quietest place we could find.
Try finding a quiet spot in the middle of New York City,
I know.
especially at night.
So we wanted to do it. We wanted to do this review straight out of the theaters. That's why we came here. So this movie was really loud. I could not hear anything.
Basically, we chose this place to basically give you the same experience of watching Alien
I know.
Romulus.
You
Half
won't.
the dialogue's intelligible.
You know, I almost brought my mic, and I should have brought my mic. So we're just gonna pray that this works. And if it doesn't work, I'll figure this out.
Here's a mic. Get out of here.
First of all, show this thing. Show this hideous thing.
I mean, I just threw it. But,
Look at this. This is. They gave us this mask.
I'm telling you, some of the movies you've been to me with, like they have given us some incredible perks, like a Deadpool popcorn buckets.
I know. I would have rather have some sort of bucket with free popcorn like Deadpool gave us, but they gave us this mask. But oh, you already saw it.
Now, here's something I do suggest. Like, if they want to like do a reissue of this, if this movie's in 3D, make it 3D glasses. The tail can be a straw, and where the heartbeat is of this little alien creature, it can be where all the liquid is.
Exactly. Like now, I have to carry this mask all the way to the Bronx. Anyways, let's talk
You
about
can
this
wear it,
movie.
though.
I know.
It makes a
imagine.
great hat too. Just not.
No, I'm not worried. There's no way I'm wearing that in the train. So this movie. Tell us about this movie. Did you like the movie?
There were things about it that I really liked, and I think overall I enjoyed the experience. But there were a couple of things that kept me from really loving this movie.
I did not enjoy this movie. It was too loud. I couldn't see anything. It was too dark.
Yeah, well, the fact that you can see things, like I thought was actually a good idea because one of the charms with the first Alien was that the scariest stuff was the things you couldn't see. And Fede Alvarez is actually a pretty good horror director. He's good when it comes to shadows, jump scares, and I thought those were utilized really well in this film.
I guess you're right, but I would have liked to at least see in some parts when the alien wasn't around, like at the beginning. That would have been nice. At the beginning of the movie, first of all, these aliens took too long to get to the movie. It was like 40 minutes in. I'm like, where are the aliens?
Well, I mean, when you think about it, like one thing that people should know about this film is that it takes place in between the first Alien and Aliens by James Cameron, and so over time, just like with the Jaws series, you see more and more of the creature in every single film. Like you see more of it as opposed to the first one. So I like to think that that was an intentional choice, getting a little bit longer to get to the aliens in this. Maybe they were just trying to keep in time continuity.
I did like when the aliens came to the ship. I started liking the movie. I think at the beginning it just felt too slow for me. But as soon as the alien came in and started chasing them, and it was like they were all having a heart attack over there, I enjoyed that. These aliens are sexual predators. Okay, these things. So they go into the ship. There's 3 girls. Spoiler alert: 3 girls, 2 guys, right?
You guys,
And then android. He's like a human, an AI. But he looks like a human. They go into the ship because they're trying to get into this pods to go to another country. No, another country. Get
planet.
another planet. That's not Earth. So they go into the ship that's like left on that's floating in space. Well, they don't know that there's a bunch of these things floating around. They're like waiting there. So when these things come to life, they just attach themselves to your face, and they put some genitals in their mouth.
An anatomic straw.
Yeah, and then they drop a baby in there, an alien baby. And these babies, they grow in like 2 seconds. They go from babies to adults in 2 seconds, right?
Yep. And if anybody knows the Alien series, you know the baby's gonna come out somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for that moment, and I was nudging you in the seat. I was like, "Here it comes."
I was like, oh, that's what it was. I didn't know. I think I saw the first Alien when it first came out. I haven't seen that movie in years, so I kind of went in blind. I didn't know what was this about. And that scene was freaking gross. Oh, you know what it reminded me of? You've seen that movie, it's a horror movie. The Omen, the new Omen.
The first Omen.
The first Omen.
Which is technically the second, which is technically the Omen negative one, because calling it the first Omen is kind of an omen in itself, as the first Omen came out in 1976.
So this is technically the second Omen. So this is the second Omen. What is the first Omen? That's the title. There's a scene like that. They impregnate a girl, and she gives birth to a demon. It's the same thing here. And then this girl happened to be pregnant with like a real baby. So before this one, they impregnated another girl, and it was an alien that came out. Well, then this girl just happened to be pregnant. So they mixed that baby with a human baby, and that thing was hideous, right?
Mm-hmm. It was hideous, but you know what the funny thing is? I actually kind of expected something like that.
Oh, really?
Because Fede Alvarez, he also did Don't Breathe. In that film, there were a couple of tropes that came out of that film, the way that characters talked, and at least one absolute gross thing to come. And for most of the majority of the runtime, this was typical of the Alien movies, but when that monstrosity came out, I'm like, this is that moment. Because in Don't Breathe, it was when it was revealed what the blind man was doing with people that were trapped in his basement.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie. Oh, I like that movie actually. Oh, he did that?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie.
And he also did that. He also did the reboot of Evil Dead, like
the one that
11
came
years ago. Yeah.
Oh, another new one.
I think he's a producer on that. I don't think he directed it.
Okay, so overall, what are your thoughts on this movie? Do you like it?
I do like it, but I will admit that there are some problems that are catastrophic, and there's one I actually want to bring up. And this actually brings me to my comparison of this movie to Rogue One. How that movie also takes place in between, like, because Rogue One took place in between the prequels and the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
This one takes place between Alien and Aliens. And one of the connecting pieces is bringing back an actor from the original trilogy who now sadly is deceased. And
is that that robot?
Yes, that was Ian Holm. Rest in peace.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I don't know about you, but I was taking a look at his mouth, and it was the same thing with Rogue One, how they brought back Carrie Fisher and Peter Cushing. Just something about the way their mouth is moving looks way too synthetic compared to the other actors.
Maybe it was all CGI.
It was CGI, because you can tell in the teeth, like that it's very blurry, that there's a lot of digital blurs, whereas opposed to the actor who played the android, his teeth were like perfectly in focus whenever his
Well, he
mouth
was
was
a real human.
Yeah, no, he was an android, just like Ian Holm.
Oh, okay. The black guy?
Yeah, I forgot the actor's name.
No, but I mean the actor is like a human, so he wasn't CGI.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, people can make the argument that because he's an android, he's supposed to move that way. But if Andy was an android and his teeth could look like that, that was definitely a technical imperfection on the film's part. And I think that also brings up a conversation on the ethical need to do this.
To do the
To bring Ian Holm technically back.
yeah, it's like they just want it's all cash grab. They just want the what's the term for that?
Cash grab?
No,
Nostalgia bait?
nostalgia bait. Yeah. Anyways, it was just too loud for me. I think we also saw this on Dolby,
Yeah.
right? So maybe that contributed to it.
Yeah. I would say like you need to have like a very proper sound system for this film, but especially since seeing it in Dolby, like you would think that I feel like even in Dolby, like half the movie should not be intelligible. It's not like Christopher Nolan, the way he deliberately messes with the sound design of his movies. Just like it's happening in here. This is basically the experience of watching Alien Romulus, if I didn't make that clear before.
Okay, much better. I'm sorry, the framing is not the best. I hope the sound is not bad. But
It's an artistic choice.
I know it was a choice by us, artistically. Okay, so do you recommend this movie?
In a very weak sense, I do recommend it. I feel like when it's being part of the Alien franchise and developing its own scares and having its own identity, it's great. But when it does callbacks to the series, like there's one particular line that they say, you probably know what the line is already, but it happens later in the movie, so I don't want to spoil it.
He says bitch?
Yep, it's that one. I'm like,
Listen, I said that there will be spoilers in this review, so
she did. It's a habit for me.
I actually didn't get that reference because I just thought he was coming into his own, and that's why he said bitch. Is that from like the first movie?
No, that's from Aliens, which makes even less sense because that was a very organic moment for Sigourney Weaver. So for it to be a callback in here, it kind of takes the authenticity out of it.
I see.
Because for a good chunk of the movie, it actually feels authentically scary.
It did. I do gotta say, when the aliens came in, there was a lot of jumps in there. There was a few times that I jumped. It was a bit scary. It was at the beginning for me. It was just these people, the amount of stupid mistakes, stupid decisions that these characters made. It was driving me crazy. And the android, the guy from the other movie,
Which guy?
from the first movie, the
Ian
robot, he said it. The humans, they're just driven by emotions, and that's what kills them. And it's true. Have you seen the movie? I think it's Life with Kevin.
Oh, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that he dies.
Yeah.
That whole movie. Is it Life
No,
with Kevin? Right? Kevin is an alien.
I think so.
It doesn't matter. The point is, the whole movie, all those people, they all die because they were making stupid decisions. This is the same thing here. Like you see, this alien is attached to her face. Kill the girl. And then
Remember they saw that the tail was wrapped around her, so it could have possibly choked the life out of her.
either way, she's dead. He impregnated her, and then she died, giving birth, as a thing came out of her chest.
I disagree. I think in that moment it made sense why they didn't kill her.
I would have killed her. No. Listen, if you ever find me in a ship full of aliens and they attach themselves to me, just kill me. Do not try to save me. Just let them take me, because that's how they all die.
So you're letting me go?
Yeah, I'm letting you go. I'm not.
I do not recommend
Because
doing
then
this.
I'm gonna die. That's how we all die. That's how Kevin. That's how he got into Earth. Kevin is from the movie Life.
I barely remember much of Life.
No, I just watched it like 2 weeks ago because it's on Netflix now. But
So as long as you're within 2 weeks, you'll remember life. If it's, let's say, 6 years like me,
you know, it's true because I was like, this one looks familiar, and then it took me like I watched the whole thing, and then it came back to me. I saw it when it first came out. So okay.
I still remember when I first saw it. I dozed off like maybe in the last 10 minutes. I woke up and I heard the song "Spirit in the Sky," and my friend saying that was terrible.
Okay, so I do not. It's not that I don't. I do recommend this movie if you're into alien films. If you're into the franchise, go watch it. And if you want to watch a horror movie, I think this is a good watch. It's just I was really annoyed because it was really loud. The characters were making a lot of stupid decisions, and I didn't get a lot of the references because I don't remember the alien movies. So I didn't really care for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a little bit better than you did. I will say, if you want to see a great showcase for incredible makeup, visual effects, I'd say that this movie is worth the price of admission. Although I will say, make sure you watch it with a good sound system where you can turn down the bass a little bit, because half the time you're trying to figure out what the characters are saying, and since they're speaking a lot of techno mumble jumbo.
That's what I said. That's what I said. So wait for it to stream is what you're saying?
I don't know. Like
They can't lower the volume of the movies.
That's the trap that we're in right here. But
I guess maybe don't watch it in Dolby. Just watch it
don't
regular.
watch it in Dolby. Watch it with a regular sound system.
Yeah. So it was okay for me. I'm giving this 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. That's fair. I would give it like maybe a very low 3 out of 5, maybe a 2.5.
That's not low. That's like good.
I'm telling you, there was some stuff in it that I really liked.
Oh, I guess for you, it's keeping a 1 for me. What about out of 10? Because you do out of 10.
Out of 10, I'd give it a 6 out of 10, but it's not going to go to a 7. Maybe not go to a 5, just around the middle, but a little the higher part of the middle.
Okay. Well, that was our review. Jake enjoyed the movie.
Somewhat.
I did not care for it. So, you guys do with that information as you may. But thank you for watching.
And if an alien comes up to you and is about to hug your face, just say no.
Just don't let it happen to you. Okay? Alright, so
you will deal with the consequences.
I know. Okay. Bye.